I saw you opening his suitcase. They were opening your suitcase. Him, what?
Let go of my hand. Let go of my hand. Let go of my hand.
Put your fucking head down! Put your fucking head down!
Get down!
You wanted a rough neighborhood? Here you have it. Look, they just caught these guys here. There are the victims. They just caught some others over there. And here we just caught a thief. In the Zara store and here in the subway, my friend just caught 2 pickpockets. There's your rough neighborhood. Look, in Europe, here is one of the subways with the most thefts in the world. But aren't we supposed to be in Europe? Isn't this supposed to be the first world? How can there be more thieves here than in Latin America? Why don't they deport or arrest them or send them back to their country? Why aren't there consequences? Let's talk to the police officers, to the authorities. Let's find out everything. Why are European cities so infested with thieves? Work. Aren't you disgracing your whole country, making your whole country look bad? What country are you from?
Just keep going.
Your entire country is shamed. He's a pickpocket. To be able to do this report, I had to team up with the friends from Patrulla, Barcelona. These guys are volunteers and they dedicate their time to catching pickpockets, like a volunteer vigilante militia that non-violently confronts and exposes these pickpockets. These guys spend their free time and their own money patrolling these subways to catch pickpockets. So they gave me the honor and kindly accepted me so I could join them. When I arrived in Barcelona, they said it was low season, so there weren't as many pickpockets. In the months when Spanish cities are packed with people from all over the world, pickpockets see it as a high season, so to speak, but in the winter months, December, January, and February, it's the low season, in quotes. And they told me that many of the pickpockets go to other cities or simply do other things. But it didn't take long before we found the first one. This time we found these 2 little angels. Look at these little white doves with innocent faces. These 2 thieves have been featured in multiple viral videos where they're caught stealing, they're scolded, yelled at, exposed, and the next day they're back here stealing again. Sometimes they take a week off and return. Well, oh, surprise, I happened to run into them here. What a pleasant surprise I got. 2 thieves in the subway, I found them. Pickpocket, let's see if I steal your wallet. You don't like being robbed? Pickpocket, who comes to steal?
Who comes to steal?
Pickpocket.
They come to steal every day.
Now let's tackle the hard part, which is always required here, the nationalities of these people. And I've told you that it's not racist to show data when there's an ethnic group committing crimes at a higher rate than the rest of the population. There's nothing racist about me mentioning it. When Trump says that Mexicans bring crime and are rapists, that's racism. Because the numbers don't back it up, it's simply not true, it's slander. But in this case, yes. So let's take a look. The nationalities of these people, most of them come from 3 countries or 3 geographic areas. Let's start with North Africa. We have Moroccans and Algerians, then Eastern Europe. Mostly Romanians who are part of the ethnic group known as Gypsies, whose correct name is Roma, the people Roma. And the third area, and this is the one we're going to focus on first, we'll look at all of them, but first this one is Latin America. That's right. Pickpockets from Latin America and Spain. When there's a Hispanic pickpocket here, look, it makes all of us look bad. A Hispanic pickpocket in Europe embarrasses all of us. I'm ashamed that they're here. Yes, we're not going to show his face so we don't embarrass him, no. If he has so little scruple that he embarrasses all of us, in Latin America, here in Europe, I don't mind exposing him. If he embarrasses us, I'll expose him. It's fair, it's only fair, so here you have him. He is responsible for hundreds, if not thousands of thefts, definitely affecting thousands of people in the Barcelona subway. Women, students, tourists, children. A real coward preys on the most vulnerable and unsuspecting people who are just trying to enjoy their vacation. Look at this scum of a person, as slippery as a cockroach.
I'm not ashamed.
Aren't you ashamed, bastard, son of a bitch bastard? Hey, I'll work with you.
Why do I show you the face and videos of this guy from Chile? To shame him so that hopefully he'll change his mind? If getting caught by the anti-pickpocket patrols doesn't embarrass him, doesn't appearing in their videos embarrass him, maybe appearing on this channel and having his family in Chile see him will embarrass him. If someone in his family watches, it might affect him. That could be a remedy. Regretting my words, I wonder why I humiliate myself. I can change and improve my life. So here is his face. Look at it closely. Pay attention to his face. All the friends from Chile, do you know him? Have you ever seen him? Send him a message and tell him, hey, I'm ashamed of you. I'm disappointed in you. And maybe that way he'll change. Maybe he'll feel enough shame to say, I have to be a better person. I'm going to be a better human being. Is there any girl he met that he liked? We all have that girl we liked in elementary school. And I would be really ashamed to be a thief and have the girl I liked in elementary school see that I grew up to become a thief. Here is the photo again. I don't want anyone to hurt him or cause violence. My goal is to bring about change, not attack him. If I shame him and expose him enough, maybe he'll decide to make that change. So friends in Chile, if any of you know him, I ask you please to write to him. Are you his aunt, his cousin, an acquaintance? Were you his neighbor, or did you interact with him at some point? This person is making all of us Hispanics look ridiculous and ashamed here in Europe. Please send a message to everyone and tell him, hey, it's embarrassing to have seen you. But I know you can change. I know you can improve your life. I know you can find a job. I know you can be a better person. We've already seen that the law doesn't work, violence doesn't work, shaming him locally here in Spain doesn't work. Well, let's see if shaming him in Chile works. I know that 4% of my audience is in Chile, please. They caught a guy stealing in this store. They instruct me to stay here in case he tries to run so I can tackle him. They have him inside. So at your command, sir, I'll stay here fulfilling my duty. I'll wait for him here. Here you can see him calmly leaving the store, and the store's security guard catches up to him before he enters the subway. And he says, where are you going? Where? Why? What's up? Why are you in such a hurry? And he takes him back to the store, and he very casually acts like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here sending a message. I don't know to whom. And the tragedy? So sad to tell you, this guy is a Hispanic American. And here we spoke with the store's security guard, who confirmed to us that yes, this person was taking luxury items from the store without paying. Because I'm not going to show someone's face until I'm sure they're really guilty. We are innocent until proven otherwise. And here, well, the officer confirms it for us, and the security guard takes the opportunity to express his frustration. How common are these cases and how often do they happen? Is it worth clarifying? He doesn't have any prejudice against us Hispanic Americans. He doesn't see all of us as thieves. Even though he sees it every day, he knows it's only a few people, but those few do a lot of harm.
It's just that I've gone and approached him and I haven't had anyone. I've been left speechless. Take care. Good job. Thanks.
Yeah, he hasn't stolen much from me, he says. At least 4 jackets. Well, 4 jackets, $50 each, that's not nothing, right?
The police officers also know these guys. They support our work. They support what we do. We're in communication and coordination with them. The police officers in Catalonia have really supported this civil movement a lot to stop crime. He understood the easy way and didn't want more trouble. When I joined the patrol with these guys, they gave me the basic instructions and rule number 1 of the game. You have to learn to identify pickpockets. Their body language tells you everything. They stay behind people when the train stops and people move forward to get on the train. They're always behind watching. They're not looking at where they're going or the train schedule. They're watching other people. They always cover their hands with a jacket or a sweater or something so people don't see when they open the zipper or the bag on people. Do they use maps or pretend to be lost? They also work in teams. And once they identify their victim, they block the entrance to the subway so the other person can steal from them while they're distracted. Also, while we're traveling, they show me pictures of the pickpockets, photographs they've managed to collect so we can be alert and see if we recognize them. If I recognize them, we can follow them. This is the key here, that you recognize them, but they don't recognize you. That's why I blur this guy's face, the pickpocket hunter, for obvious reasons. These people are putting their safety and integrity at risk, not just theirs, but also their families. These thieves can find them. Seeing where they live is a huge risk.
Are you going to find me drunk? I'm telling you now, it's loaded. I'm going to shoot you in the head.
Yeah?
I'm going to shoot you in.
Are you going to shoot me in the head?
Are you making the blacklist?
All right.
I'll put you on the blacklist, with pleasure.
I know it's obvious, but the faces of the patrol officers will be blurred, all except one. A brave one, so she's willing to show her face because, well, she's already a local celebrity. Let's see, we're here with the local celebrity.
Celebrity? Not at all, I'm outraged.
Here, in this particular job, it's not good for people to recognize you. The issue with these two is they're well liked and recognized, so people greet them often, which raises alarms. Rule number 2, and the most important one, you can't attack the pickpocket because then you'll get into more trouble. You can defend yourself, yes, self-defense. If they have a weapon, yes, defend yourself, but you can't attack them, just expose them. Put your phone in their face, record them, and expose them. You can't hit them. Something that's hard for me to accept, but the guys from Patrulla Barcelona taught me to be very patient with them. I saw you opening his suitcase, they were opening your suitcase, him. In the case of these two guys whose video went viral on my social media, people say that I kicked the pickpocket. Yes, but you can't see it in the video. They had a knife or sharp object. When I noticed, I felt threatened and instinctively kicked him. Sorry. Once the danger had passed, we did exactly what we were supposed to do. Record them and kick them out of the subway, telling them, "Get out, I don't want to see you here again." What language do you speak? What language do you speak? What language do you speak? What language do you speak?
Calm down, my friend.
Why do you steal from them? Why are you doing it? You're young, you're smart. Why do you steal from them? Tell them not to come back and try to expose them, and that's what we were doing. When another person approached who we didn't know who it was, it turned out he was an undercover agent. First he comes closer, we don't recognize him, but he lifts his jacket, like you see here, and shows us his badge and his firearm. That's also why his face is covered, because we don't want to compromise the identities of undercover agents. We're colleagues, we work for the same team, we don't want to interfere with his work.
Can you give me a hand?
Yes, of course. We made our first arrest. Finally, here is the Spanish police officer who was able to help us. First pickpocket, second pickpocket. Here the victim had his backpack opened by this guy and he didn't notice. And I had spent years working to prevent online fraud, but it was on the internet. It was a digital fight against thieves who were not digital. Now here in Barcelona, the physical world is becoming real. I was used to doing these hunts through a computer. Here it has already gone beyond that. And now the tough question, why aren't there any consequences for these thieves? Well, it's not that the police don't want to. It's not that they're useless, that they're afraid of them, or that they don't arrest them. In fact, these people are routinely arrested. Spanish police arrest many of these pickpockets. The problem isn't that they arrest them, the problem is what happens afterward. Under the law, any theft under 400 euros counts as a minor crime and practically has no consequences. These thieves exploit and take advantage of this law, and they only steal wallets and individual phones, almost always under 400 euros. And so there's no prison, no sentence, no penalty, and they're let go the same day after only paying a fine. And once they show up for the 4th or 5th time being arrested, it's the same thing. So it doesn't matter how many times a police officer arrests the same thief, the justice system won't do anything to him. That's where volunteers like those from Patrulla Barcelona come in, because we put that fear in them, we sabotage their work, we're a nuisance, we're a plague, a fly in the soup. If the law can't put them in jail, at the very least, a meddler from the Barcelona patrol is going to ruin your theft. And even if you don't face any legal consequences, if you're not making the money you used to because a patrolman ruins your theft, well, maybe eventually they'll move on to something else. It's to make you feel ashamed. If you weren't stealing, I wouldn't record you. As a consequence of your own actions.
No, it wasn't at one point. We've already seen it twice. Yes, twice, no.
Don't forget about this.
Look, I don't want to hit you. I don't want to hit you just because you're stealing. Sit down.
Look at him.
Happy ending, mission accomplished, guys. This job of hunting pickpockets is like going fishing. I mean, you wait, you get on the train car and you watch.
You cast the hook and wait.
You see viral videos of the pickpocket right there, but there are hours spent hunting and waiting for him. Well, we haven't even had breakfast. We already want to eat, go to sleep, eat something, but here we are, we're on the job.
Working for you.
They're coming behind us. We're about to make our entrance. This time we were tracking two thieves and they used a very common technique when confronted, which is to split up. My friends from Patrol Barcelona went after one of them, and the other slipped away, hid, and blended in with the crowd. And by chance I saw him before he left and I chased after him, but I was alone, so I didn't want to get too close and I didn't want to chase him beyond the metro exit. Attention pickpocket, tortilla trishi, attention pickpocket.
Hey, are you stupid?
Pickpocket. You're a grown-ass man, you can't work, you don't have to be stupid. Next up, see what a shame. Here, this thief tries to pull a very old trick, which is pretending to have an injury. Saying, don't touch me, I have a broken hand, I have a broken leg, just to avoid working. Would you rather go through this humiliation instead of getting a job?
Police!
And without us noticing, he led us to his lair, where more of his henchmen were waiting for him. And in a few seconds, we found ourselves surrounded. And with the disadvantage in numbers.
Look, a break.
Look, there they are.
Here come the others, look. I'll put my phone away in case I need to defend myself. They're arriving. Be careful with that one coming over.
Those over there, they're also those two.
All of these. Well, here we are. We didn't come to walk right into the lion's den because we're already surrounded. Look, we've got pickpockets everywhere. Over there, and here. So we have to stick together so we don't get separated. Today is December 24th, Christmas Eve, and I'll be patrolling the subway. The Barcelona patrol guys are home with their families, enjoying a well-deserved Christmas dinner. Since I don't have family here, I'll stay here. I see that there are a lot of people who are drunk, wearing jewelry, watches, expensive items, and they're completely unaware. They're focused on having a good time, enjoying a pleasant Christmas night, and they're not worried about pickpockets. And I've also seen that there are a lot of pickpockets taking advantage of that. So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to spend Christmas here. Is this what I want to do? But by the time you watch this video, it will already be New Year's. I wish you all the best. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you all for your support. Thank you to those who have supported me during the difficult times I've gone through over the past few years. Thank you to everyone who sent encouraging messages. And I was going to tell you, may courage be with you, but that's unnecessary. I already know that courage is with you, right? Brave. See you in 2026.